Pocock was the winner of this event at this race last year. So
Yeah.
Pocock's title to defend. This is also an incredibly competitive event at Youth Nationals. So if these crews go on to Youth Nationals in Florida, again, these are the top 4 crews. So we will keep our eye very, very closely on the top 4. We'll be very, very competitive at Youth Nationals. So this is a very exciting event here. A lot of teams can have very strong small boats.
Yeah.
So again, it really opens up the field for small programs, large programs to put together a very strong double. So I am very excited to see what starts to shape up as we make it through the 1,000 here.
Yeah. And Lars Anderson, the stroke from the Pocock boat, he has actually been rowing since middle school. He started at the Seattle, what was it called? I think it was SRC, Seattle Rowing Center. That is no more. That operation actually closed down. Seattle Scullers now, I think, rose out of the same space. But Lars came to Pocock after his time with Seattle Rowing Center, and he was one of the more talented scullers on the team. So it's really exciting to see him here. I think he's a senior now. He might be a junior or senior, but he has just grown into a great sculler. Awesome to see him here in this this varsity double event. And he's definitely one of the smoother scullers that I think I've seen at the youth level. He has a poise about him that we're seeing right now on the screen. All right, pretty exciting race developing. I think the top 3 boats, as I mentioned, are sort of in a race unto themselves, whereas there is a race developing for that 4th race spot in the back, though. Wow, that's pretty exhilarating stuff. We'll see who punches their ticket for Florida, but I think that this gold, silver, and bronze medal race that we're seeing develop is something to behold here. So as our drone starts to zoom in, we see that all 3 boats do have contact. Wow, this is a race. My goodness. West Olympia is in the mix there at the top of your screen. Brand new club, just started this year. They're in silver medal position, it looks like. It looks like bronze is held right now by Pocock, but at the bottom of your screen, it is Rowing Unlimited. Oregon Rowing Unlimited right now with the leading position. Whitney, what are you seeing out of these boats right now?
I'm seeing a heck of a stroke rate here too. This Oregon Rowing Unlimited crew led by August Harris is already at a 38. And here we go, seeing it now coming down the line. My guess is they're going to go up again because they want to secure this win, not only for pride, but for the gold medal here.
But Pocock is walking. Pocock just walked through Oregon, Pocock just walked through West Olympia Rowing Club.
That's right.
Yeah, Pocock just took that silver, but I don't think that they're going to be able to catch up with Rowing Unlimited, Oregon Rowing Unlimited, in their final strokes. Probably 2 strokes to go, and it looks like they held it. Pocock with a great sprint. That was incredible watching them walk through the new team from West Olympia, who just secured bronze, and very impressive of them to do so. Meanwhile, the 4th place spot, who is going to qualify for nationals in this event? It looks like we do have a clear contender for 4th in, is that Vancouver Lake?
I believe that's Eastside.
That's Eastside.
Eastside
Prep getting it. Wow.
Eastside Prep from the outside. That's why you have to keep an eye on those outside lanes.
Yeah, way to go Eastside. Also a newer program to our region. Great to see a newer club getting themselves into contention for that. Way to go. Eastside Prep has been a great school for a long time there on the east side of Seattle in Bellevue. But they've recently added rowing to their athletics, and wow, really exciting to make an A final, but now they have just made their way to Florida for the national championship. Congrats to that Eastside crew.
So all crews there in that top 4 finished at about a 38 stroke rate. So pretty good there for a small boat to double like that, which is really fun to kind of get up to speed. Those are really fun boats to kind of punch through the finish line.
Yeah.
Done very well, but very interesting that all boats finished at about a 38 there. So we have rounded out our top 4 that will be headed to Sarasota. So very well done. Congratulations to Oregon Rowing. Then we have Pocock, and then West Olympia, and Eastside Prep. So those will be our top 4 that will have another few weeks to just shake a little rust off.
Yeah.
A little WD-40 there to a few things, a few little tweaks that they may want to change, and head out to compete at Youth Nationals, where they will compete against the best from around the country and the many different regions that are not only racing this weekend, but have raced last weekend as well. So
yeah,
lots of good racing going on.
Yeah, big ups to that Renton crew too. Big ups to Renton Rowing Center, period, because this is the 10-year anniversary of their organization, and to send a crew to an A final at a regional champs as a newer organization like that is it's a pretty incredible feat. So hats off to Renton. They're doing great things there. I have high esteem for their executive director, Rachel Wong, who started as a coach and is doing just such great work with the community down there in Renton. Renton does a lot of outreach in the community. Does a lot of work with the ERG Ed program. ERG Ed brought to you by the George Pocock Rowing Foundation, and a really great outreach tool for our sport. So right now we are riding along with the B final of the men's youth double event. And in lane 1, we've got Burton Beach. Lane 2, Eastside Prep. Lane 3, Whatcom. Lane 4, Burton Beach. Lane 5, Seattle Prep. And lane 6, Pocock. Never mind. It looks like our lane 6 Pocock boat scratched. So we will not be seeing a lane 6 in this event. Just 5 boats. And here they are on the screen. Thank you, Brian, our drone pilot du jour. Wow, this is a pretty tight race for first here. Dang, that's exciting.
Well, and as soon as we get a clock on here, we'll see exactly how many minutes we are into the race. About 3 minutes and 45 seconds into this race here, it's looking like a very tight race between Burton and Whatcom.
Wow, yeah.
If I'm seeing that correctly. And then trailing back just a little bit, Seattle and Eastside, almost bow ball to bow ball. We have 3 races going on here.
Indeed, yeah.
Which is very, very exciting. Here again, our lead boats, Burton and Whatcom, going head to head. And this is what makes it so exciting. There is no coxswain here doing any steering for them. So these guys have to steer themselves with a little tow string at the front. So steering, all responsibility, all calls, all moves are all on these 2 guys. So I'm actually very, very impressed with not only the steering that is happening right now. This is very impressive, while also peeking over to make sure that nobody is actually getting that little punch or getting the edge here and there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we are literally bow ball to bow ball here, lanes 3 and 4, Burton and Whatcom. This is an incredibly exciting race. And then again, trailing just behind, we have Seattle Prep and Eastside. Also very, very close to one another, just looking across the way.
I think Eastside got dropped.
Exactly. Yeah. As we pull back and get a better view, but not by much.
Nope, not by much. Still in contact.
We don't count out anybody because it's never over until it's over.
Yeah. Nonetheless, though, this gold medal race is exhilarating. I'm loving how they're chopping and changing. Like, one boat will get a tiny bit of a lead, and then the other will look over and go, oh, no, and pour on some speed. And it's just been back and forth. I cannot wait to see where these crews end up. But wow, this is phenomenal racing for a B final to see. I mean, the poise, like the blade work that we're seeing is really top notch here. We are seeing some exceptional levels of technical prowess on the field today.
Well, you know, I'm actually very impressed to see this, and I love to see this happen, because what we're seeing now actually on the screen is Burton is actually understroking Whatcom by 2 beats.
Yeah.
So we actually have Whatcom at about a 36, and we have Burton at about a 34. Now that, I'm guessing, is going to change as we get closer here, and these crews may actually be sort of upping the ante a little bit. As we get a little bit closer to the red buoys, my guess is somebody is going to start sprinting early, which is going to make the next one sprint early. They're going to chase the other one down and have to react. Yeah. But who is it going to be? Because right now, as we're seeing it, it's looking like lane 3.
Whatcom is starting to walk a bit.
Is starting to walk just a little bit, but again, there's still a little bit of time here. Can Burton react in time? Because I think we're going to start to see it here in just a few moments.
Oh, they just went up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So as we called it here, here they go.
Yeah.
Let me get a stroke rate for you there as we start to bring it up. They're at a 40 already.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see where they go from here. These boats can really get up and moving with the stroke rates as long as they actually keep moving forward and not just bounce back and forth.
No, this is very efficient sprinting that we're seeing right now from Burton.
Exactly.
Yeah. Wow, they just really turned on the jets and they went. They had another gear in reserve this whole time.
We call those the afterburners.
It's incredible to see. It's very
Heck of a
efficient
race.
sprinting too. Like this is next level. I'm
Right.
riveted.
As their rates are coming up, they're getting their blades in the water still more intentionally. So they're not just speeding up the recovery. They're actually recovering and getting their blades in the water, which is very impressive to see.
Yeah.
And what a race
Wow,
that was.
They just walked away. I mean, hats off to both of those crews because I think they rode a great race. And here comes Seattle Prep. Seattle Prep doing great work to get that bronze medal position here in this B final. And then I think Eastside is just crossing the line now with, I think that is Pocock. Just taking it across the line. Wow, what a great race we saw. I cannot overstate how impressed I was with that sprint out of Burton Beach. They bided their time. They were patient, but I think that they knew. I think that they held that extra gear, the afterburners, as Whitney called it, in reserve for just the right moment. And when the time came, they committed together. And you could tell that they reacted with the exact same response at the exact same time. So that was a very well-rehearsed sprint. You could definitely tell that a lot of preparation and a lot of thought went into that race strategy, which they executed perfectly. I've not seen a better sprint in quite some time. So we are already on the water with our next race, the C final of the men's double sculls event. And as we predicted, this has just been a righteous rip in this event. So much competition in the double sculls. And it really is just a fun boat to row. I think I've actually done most of my racing as an adult in doubles. And I can tell you, it's just a hoot. When you get those things up and running, it feels like you're gliding. And it really is special to share that experience with somebody else. Some of my doubles partners have become my best friends, and I absolutely adore the opportunity to even just have a paddle and a double. It's a great time, even if you're just relaxed and chilling and perhaps just cruising along Lake Washington or Lake Union. I actually love giving tours to friends that row that come to Seattle. It's always good fun to hop in a double and provide a little tour from the water. It's a really unique aspect to Seattle that we can offer. So if you're ever in Seattle, you want to come take a little tour on the water, count me in. I'm always down for it. So we are looking at the start of our C final for the men's double scull event. So much fun that we're having here on the shores of Vancouver Lake. The wind picked up a little bit earlier, and it was mobbing close to 7 miles an hour, but it has since relaxed a bit. And 7 miles an hour isn't really anything that we're going to worry about for our racers or our rowers out there. But it's since calmed down. The sun is starting to peek out a little bit through some gaps in the sun, and we've had a lot of fun sights on the shores with some birds plucking fish out of the water. There's a lot of dogs on the beaches. A lot of folks brought their family pets, which is pretty exciting. And we've got a really lively beach crew, just to set the scene. We've got vuvuzelas, we've got horns, we've got cowbells. Somebody actually brought a snare drum and is doing a little bit of drum line work down there at the finish line, which is just, it's a fun scene. There's a lot of characters. There's a lot of hooting, a lot of hollering, a lot of support from the parents and the friends that came out. It really does feel like Portland is alive on the shores of Vancouver Lake today. It's a fun culture that we've got here in the Pacific Northwest. And so we're riding along right now with the C final of the men's double scull event, and it looks like the baby blue blades of who we got there in the middle. Yeah, looks like that is Vashon rocking the block in the lead right now. I think I see North Cascades in second place position. And actually, I don't even think we've given you the lane assignments. I'm going to kindly ask Whitney to please inform us of who's in which lane.
That's right. We haven't. So I would love to give those to you right now. Lane 1, Commencement Bay. Lane 2, North Cascades. Lane 3, Vashon. Lane 4, Olympia Area Rowing. Lane 5, Eugene. And Lane 6, Sasquatch Scullers. And they are back with Bigfoot. Very exciting to see them here. And again, as we kind of pull back on our screen just a little bit, it's looking like we have North Cascades and Vashon, but Vashon still out in front. I want to make note, too, that there is a novice in this boat. So very impressive
cool
rowing here. We have our leader led with a novice in this crew, and you would never guess it by the way they're rowing. Very, very beautiful rowing here. I'm actually going to see if I can get a stroke rate for you on this Vashon crew here. So very impressive from the novice here. So let's see.
Vashon has a dear friend of mine on their coaching staff, Ben Steele, and he is quite the sculler himself. And to know that this is a novice sculler in a varsity 2V boat doing so well, look at him go.
That's right. It looks like they're at about a 34 here. So maybe a little bit high, maybe. It depends. Again, that's up to the discretion and the efficiency of the crew. Because here, just next to them, it's looking like we're seeing North Cascades starting to make just a little bit of a move. Again, a lot lower stroke rate here is what we're seeing. So if you're looking at the screen right now, you're going to see North Cascades led by Michael Griffin here, rowing just a bit lower and longer, and it does seem that it is working for them a little bit. They now are overlapped with Vashon in lane 3, but not overtaking yet. So we can't call it a victory yet, of course, but they are starting to move. And again, could this pay off for them coming into the last 500?
Yeah, and up at the top of your screen there as well, I'm starting to see some movement maybe from that black boat who's being rowed by, is that Eugene?
Yes, I believe that is Eugene.
Yeah, they're starting to cook. Yeah,
that's right. So again, in first to fourth place here, we have Vashon. And then we're going to look next to North Cascades. And then very, very tightly will be Olympia and Eugene in lanes 4 and 5. And that right now is a bow ball to bow ball race, potentially with North Cascades as well. We have 3 boats across here for second place. So come down to the beach now and watch these crews come into the last few hundred meters, because this is definitely a nail biter of a race for second place here. And again, the crew with the novice running away with it in Vashon for now. Again, barring no disasters, it is their race to lose right now. So very exciting from the Vashon crew as they bring their stroke rate up to try to secure their victory.
And we're in the red buoys now, final 250 meters. I thought Eugene was going to have something to say about that second place spot, but it does appear to be North Cascades holding on to silver place position just by a hair's breadth, though. I see the rower there in lane 4 looking over his shoulder, Olympia area rowing, trying to get into that silver place spot. Will it be enough? And Eugene is rallying again, folks. Eugene is starting to knock on the door of the third place position. Will there be enough runway? These boats don't have any more than 150 meters left to go. What is going to happen? I don't know, but it is exciting as they flow.
Had a little bit of a steering correction by an official there. I'm not sure which lane, but all boats have continued. And right now it is lane 3, Vashon Island, led by Elias Nelson.
I cannot tell who's going to get this silver. Oh, that was so close.
Unbelievable.
I thought North Cascades maybe had it on the surge, but I honestly can't tell.
Olympia is pretty happy over there. But again, that was way too close for us to call here. 3 boats across. We will need an official timing on that.
Wow, that was definitely a photo finish. That was some really tight racing for you folks.
The third race there with Sasquatch Scullers and lane 1 Commencement Bay. Also a very, very tight race there. Too close for us to call. So as we bring the times up on our screen here, that will be Vashon Island in first. Olympia area rowing in second. North Cascades in third.
Wow, by 0.5 seconds.
That's right. Eugene in fourth. Looks like Sasquatch there in 5th and Commencement Bay in 6th.
Yeah.
What an exciting C final that was for the men.